Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about the DaYan Zhanchi V5M. Very excited to get this cube. I'm a huge fan of DaYan puzzles, so I was very excited to receive this and use it, and we're going to get into it, but I can start out by saying I am impressed. But before we get too deep into this, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me, and we are still racing towards our goal of 500. But anyways, yes, let's talk about the DaYan Zhanchi V5. First things first, if you can't tell, it's pretty good. I like it a lot. But yeah, but there's a lot to unpack with this puzzle. So I have the, I think they call it the Supreme version. Oh, it's on the bottom here. Yeah, I have the Supreme version of this, which is the most expensive and highest tier option that you can get. So there's a lot of features. There's a ton of stuff to unpack. And it's got purple internals, which is cool. So let's unpack it. So first I want to start with what you get in the box. Aside from the cube, you get this case here. There's a manual. You get this case. This is a case for the cube. Obviously it's orange. It has a slide top. So you follow the arrows and you slide. You push down and you slide, which I don't know if I'm a fan of the slide top. I think I just like the clamshell cases. But nonetheless, I think it's cool that they give you a case to come with the puzzle. And then we have a second case here, and this case has all of your accessories in it. So we open this up. We have this really nice bag, very soft. Really like it. We have another manual here. So we have, I'm not quite sure, this is just the solution manual, so we don't really need that. We have a tool for adjusting parts of the puzzle. And then we have a bunch of extra, well not extra, but different sets of magnets for our cap axis positioning system, including some without magnets. But we have 3 different strengths of magnets. And that's what this manual is for. So this manual tells you all about that. So here's the English side. So we have non-magnetic white. The weak magnet is the green, and the strong magnet is the, what I assume is supposed to be pink. Because there's purple inside the puzzle, which I'm assuming is the medium ones. Not sure why it is yellow on the, well, orange on the manual, but unless that pink is supposed to look like orange, I'm not sure. And then it tells you how to adjust the corner and the edge magnets, and then adjusting the tensions in the center travel in here. We'll get into that as we look at the puzzle itself. In the puzzle itself, here we have our cap axis positioning system. Now this you can push in and spin 90 degrees and pop it out, kind of like the GaN maglev. And then as for your other stuff, you still tension it the same with your fingers. You can manually turn counterclockwise or clockwise, depending on whether you're going to do center travel or you know, your tension settings. For your edge magnets here, you have a system that is very similar to the TV4, where you just take the flat end of the screwdriver, stick it in, and turn it. And there's 6 of those settings. And then there's one more magnet setting we can adjust here. So if we pull out an edge piece and then we grab one of these corners, you can see that you have an adjustable magnet on the corner piece here, which this would focus. It doesn't want to focus. But anyways, there is a total of 5 settings, and you take the nut end of this and you put it on, and you just twist it to change your magnet settings, and for the corner to core magnet. So, you know, it's cool. You definitely get a lot of good options. And the pieces, they do look pretty similar to a Zhanchi. You can probably tell it's a Zhanchi if you know about the old Zhanchi puzzles. I definitely like the tensions and all of the settings that it came with out of the box. I have not changed any of them, and I'm quite comfortable with what there is. If I did anything, it may be adjusting the strength of these edge magnets here to increase the amount of auto alignment, but other than that, I like where the cube is at. As for the way that the cube feels when you turn it, it's very smooth, but when it goes over the magnets, you definitely feel the pull, which makes it like smooth but also bumpy almost at the same time, if that makes sense. But the auto alignment is really good with the settings that it comes with. So the magnets come on setting 3 out of 6 for the edges. I think they're about mid. I think they're probably 3 out of 5 on the corners as well. But the magnets out of the box, I really enjoyed. And the puzzle is really smooth, which is nice. It's a bit louder than I would say the GuHong Pro is, but it's nice. And I'm not sure how the colored plastic of the internals affects the turning. I know that there's something out there to be said about different color internals and how it affects turning, like softness or whatever. I'm not really sure how that works. I do have this lubed with Martian from Speedcube Shop. It's gonna come drier out of the box. You'll be able to tell it's gonna need some lube. It is not UV coated. None of the versions are UV coated. It has like the half glossy plastic, which feels pretty good. So that's how that comes. No UV on this puzzle. DaYan's not really known for doing UV, which is okay because the grip from their glossy plastic is still pretty solid. No issues with that. For corner cutting, we're looking at pretty good corner cutting, which is good because it claims to have good corner cutting, so it better have good corner cutting, and it does. It corner cuts quite well, probably more than you'll ever need, and so that is a plus. The purple internals are quite cool. I'm a fan of purple internals, but that's because my favorite color happens to be this exact shade of purple. So that's actually why I bought the version of this that I did. As for the cap axis positioning system, I'm not quite sure how much that actually makes a difference. Because I've felt puzzles that feel similar to this, like turning style-wise and speed and the looseness, and they don't have any technology like that, so I don't think it matters that much. So you might not have to get the version with the cap axis positioning system to get a good puzzle. The mid-tier version is probably just as good. But if you want like the extra customization with those magnets, absolutely go for it. I mean, the price point on this cube is pretty solid. I think this is about $40. There will be a link in the description on where you can get this cube. But the price point is pretty good. It's a bit more expensive than the GuHong Pro. The GuHong Pro, you know, that came in at about 20 bucks, but it also came in one version with, you know, just a few different sizes. So this one just has different features in each of the versions and different colored plastics, and there's not different sizes. So that's all the extra stuff. That's why you're paying more for this version, because you have the extra cap axis positioning system, and that is new technologies, so you have to put a little bit of a higher price tag on that. But I would say for this cube, I'm impressed by DaYan. I didn't try the most recent version of the Zhanchi before this, but I did not hear great things about it. But this cube, I'm impressed with it. I mean, I'm getting, you know, good times on this. It feels really nice to solve. The turning's nice. It's like a mix of like buttery smooth and like a bit of a clickiness, which you know, I like it, so it's okay. I think this puzzle would probably do good for people for most turning styles, honestly. I mean, it's got the corner cutting to handle a more aggressive, less accurate turn. It's also, you can tighten it up, and it has the auto alignment and the, you know, corner cutting for a smooth, very accurate turn. I mean, it's a puzzle that probably could work for most people. I personally have a more aggressive, less accurate turning style. Maybe it's about mid, I would say my turning style is. And this cube handles everything I throw at it. Sometimes, you know, I'll go to do a locky turn and I'll lose my grip and I'm just like, oh, and I slip. but that's more me than the cube. Like there, I just slipped my thumb off the bottom corner there. I did it again. That's me, not the puzzle. So, yeah, I would say it can handle most turning styles, I would venture to guess. And it can handle them quite well. And with all the customization options, that's why, because it has the ability to adjust itself with the options that you have, which is nice. I like when you have adjustable magnets in cubes. I think that's really helpful for that reason. So that being said, I would recommend this puzzle, but I think it would be worth considering getting the mid-range one, unless you really like purple or really like the idea of the cap axis positioning system. But again, I don't know if that really makes a difference in how the puzzle performs. You probably, like I said, could go with the mid-tier version, but I like purple, so I kind of had to get the expensive version to get the specific color internals that I did. But for the price that it comes in at, it's pretty solid. I think you can get good times on it. It can handle probably a good range of turning styles, which, I mean, I'm kind of guessing there because, full disclosure, because I have one turning style. I can't be multiple cubers at once. So, yeah, a bit of conjecture there. But I think with the corner cutting that it has and the adjustments that it has, it probably can handle different types of turning styles as well. The colors are good. The plastic feels good. There is something to be said that there's a different feel because of the different color plastic, I think, because it's just different. But again, it doesn't really matter that much. I would recommend this cube. I don't know if I would consider it better than the TV4 or the GaN 15 or I definitely wouldn't consider it better than something like the GaN 12, but this theoretically could be up there with the best of them if people who are the best used it. So for somebody who's averaging probably between 8 and 15 seconds, like this would be a pretty good puzzle for you, I would reckon. So if you're interested or you like different color internals, I would definitely give it a try. It does have a lot to offer, and I think that you would be happy with it, and I think you'd be happy with all the customization you can have. I don't think it has too much customization. Maybe the cap axis positioning system might be a bit much, but other than that, I think the puzzle is really good. I mean, I'm a little biased because of how much of a fan of DaYan I am, but it just has so much to offer as a puzzle, and because of that, I would recommend it. That being said, I'm going to leave you guys with a solve. Let me just adjust here. We will pull up the stack mat. It might not be good. I'm not that warmed up. This will be my first time solve since this morning, but I'm gonna give it a scramble. Hold on, guys. I have to bring the camera up just a bit more because it's almost in the way of my hands. So let's just give this a scramble. I'm not looking, and you can see my face, so you know I'm not looking. Ooh. Okay, so let's do a quick inspection here. All right. I don't know the OLL. Okay, so that was like an 18, which is not very good for me, but let's see if I can do better. I want to do one more, see if I can do better. I'm not happy with an 18. Am I looking again? Promise. Okay, let's take a look at this. All right. Okay, a 16.65. I guess that's better. Okay, I just want to make sure when I'm holding it here that you guys can actually see the puzzle. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good cube. Again, I would recommend it. Yeah, DaYan did good. I think DaYan kind of beat expectations that people might have had for this puzzle, especially with how the last... I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. With how the last Zhanchi model turned out, I think that this is above expectations. I think that this puzzle could be good for you, and if you're interested and have the extra cash, it would not be worth passing up on. So make sure you get yourself one of these, and let me know what you think about it if you do, or if you already have one. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.